Like she's desyncing. But yeah, no, you guys creep into the house and all the lights are out. There's no fireplace going like there was over at Shaw's. Where would you like to go? It seems to be exactly the same house layout as Shaw's.
Okay, so half of us can go check at the studio, and the other half can go upstairs into the bedroom. See there, what the fuck's going on?
Yep. It's at this point that I should point out, Dai is no longer invisible.
I am no longer. Yeah, probably. I assumed.
Yep. It was shortly after you loaded him into the cart that she popped back into vision.
Like,
do you shit his pants?
Well, he couldn't see, so...
He was blindfolded.
Oh god, I keep forgetting!
It's okay, Lacey.
I keep forgetting that you could, like, this weird 50 Shades of Grey shit going on.
Also, she's trying to just get it out of her mind. She doesn't want to think about that.
Also,
I'm just traumatized, alright?
Fantastic.
Also, Nick, if you want a good laugh, you should look at my treasures in the cart section.
Oh god.
Oh my
Excellent.
god.
It's probably like...
Ducky blankie? Like ducky towels?
Tied up attractive half-orc.
You're not too far.
I mean, you're pretty close.
Amazing.
Nice!
Okay, so who wants to go to the studio and who wants to go upstairs?
I'm going upstairs.
Okay. Okay.
Kay's just going to the bathroom. He can hear everyone.
Oh, okay.
He's got his wireless headset. Anyway.
Okay, I'll probably go to the studio.
Alright. Go to the study and who's going?
I'm gonna go to I'll go to the studio as well.
Alright.
Okay, we can still go through with Lysira then.
Lysira will kick his ass if he tries to steal anything he's not supposed to, so...
So who's going to keep Lysira in check?
The blanket burglar.
Oh yeah! Oh Jesus!
Oh.
Like, Lysira can keep Gunther in check, that's fine. No one's keeping Lysira in check. So.
Oh goddamn. Like, we're gonna go up there and, like, there's, like, blood everywhere. She's gonna be like, wait, we weren't supposed to kill him?
Oh.
Oh.
I guess that kind of does make sense now, doesn't it? Now that I think about it.
We, like, come back to the cart and Shaw's like, oh my god! Like, we're covered. Oh, you can't see God! I keep forgetting that he's
Lacey, just assume Shaw is permanently blind.
Okay.
Very well, maybe.
Jesus, I keep forgetting that he can't see. I'm just trying to get that mental image out of my mind that Gunther was tied up a half-orc, blindfolding him, gagging him, and then, like, trying to, like, basically suffocate him with a blanket.
I'd like to note he also, like, with a whisper message spell, he whispered, "I'm here for you."
In very bad draconic, he was just really confused.
I know that was meant to be intimidating, but it is also, like, really sexual.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, that, like, I'm not sure, did he understand that? Or did we ever find out if Shaw understood that or no?
Nope.
Nope. Oh, I'm very sure. Oh my god, if he knew, he probably was like, he probably came off as more like, hey, big boy. I'm here for you.
I mean...
And we're gonna have a fun night. Oh no!
Wait, what?
Oh no!
What? Oh no!
Don't open it on the recording.
I'm gonna do it!
No, I won't. I promise I won't. I'm opening my Chrome tab on my other screen.
Here we go. What is it?
Alright.
What is it?
Come on.
I mean,
she's very shiny.
How much oil did he use?
Enough to get out of the hog ties.
Oh God! Well, Shaw sure hasn't.
Anyway.
No, you'd have to oil up Shaw.
Okay, you're going with Gunther's
So-
going with Liz, Ira.
Yes, I'm
so
going
the two rogues are coming upstairs to the bedrooms, and the other two are off to the study. So we just clear the list. Cool. So we'll do Di and Faye first because it's the study is
Closer.
closer to them. So you guys dip into the study. Everything here is a lot more organized than the other guys was. You notice like a lot of his books were kind of leaning and like there was paper all over his desk. This is like very stacked neatly piles of paper. He's got his pens are lined up right next to his pages, like perfectly in line with the edge of the page.
This makes everything easier. He's a neat freak.
Yeah, he seems to be very OCD. But yeah, everything is very neatly laid out for all of you.
Nice. What's
Nice.
going through his desk? What's in there?
So, in his desk, he has, on top of the desk first, he has two piles of parchment. One of them is just blank pages with a line at the bottom for like a signature. Except under the signature line, you can see a name printed there. But it's not Garland.
Of course not.
Yes.
What is it?
Rainier. Hang on, let me write it in here. Rainier Earth Chest.
Hmm.
And that's the name that's printed there underneath. It printed with the line underneath the signature. And that's all on that empty blank stack of pages.
Okay.
And then you have a bunch of other papers that are there that are letters from you see names of various people from the town expressing concerns and that kind of thing. But you also find one letter that is unsigned and there's no name. There's just says at the top R, and then it says beneath that it says ensure that you keep your security tight. I know you're lax with that sort of thing. Some people are investigating us. I'd hate for them to find out about us. Be very careful with your actions the next few days and make sure you aren't being followed or watched. And then N, sign off.
I'll take that with me.
All right.
It's late for that.
Letter from from N to R.
Just Death Note.
NTR? NTR?
Anything else?
You also find a small box, like a really short shoebox almost. And you lift the top off, and there's a whole bunch of pictures in there that are drawn on parchment. And it seems like really like a child's drawings, like a whole heap of them. And it says like Mummy, Daddy, and me. And there's like a small pink, what appears to be a little child, a woman with dark hair, and a man standing next to the child. They're all holding hands. It's really poorly drawn. The proportions are all horrible, and they're basically stick people.
Right.
You can see a man with pointy ears and his brown hair back in a ponytail. The woman's got long dark hair, and the child has short dark hair.
Okay. Is there anything written on this on the back, or just drawings?
It's just drawings. Mummy, Daddy, and me. Daddy and me at the park. Mummy and me at the beach. It's just like all sorts of little children's drawings and stuff, and it's all in a little
Okay.
box.
I'll put it back, but it's obvious to me that this guy has a family and he's kind of like a softie with his daughter. I'll probably just mention that to Faye.
Okay. So you see all the photos the drawings as well. Yes.
Is there anything?
Yeah, go on.
Oh no, it's nothing.
Yeah, you get a turn as well.
This is your turn, like dying Faye
Oh,
first.
okay.
We'll head over to the rogues, Morty.
I was just gonna see if I could find anything else on the oh gosh.
I've only gone through the desk. There's probably more stuff.
There's also the built into the corner of the wall. There's also the bookshelf.
Yeah, I'll go check that out.
Okay. So going through the bookshelf, you find all sorts of map books, books that have like the layout of the city, layout of you see one that's been custom made that has the layout of the Heartwood, and you can see areas where it's been marked out with like red X's and stuff like that at the top. What appears to be the northernmost area of the Heartwood where it used to be. There was trees there in these drawings, but they've all been marked out with big red X's. It's all been removed.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna keep that.
You see all sorts of different books, and it's kind of like very neatly separated out. There's the top half of the books is all like novels and that kind of thing. There's a lower section near the bottom that's all, they're not even proper books, they're just there for decoration. They just kind of
oh my god, he's one of those people.
Oh my god.
And sort of in the center is where you find these map books and other textbook kind of things. Not so much literature as it is like knowledge books stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to that, and I'm also gonna show Dai, because this is obviously like a diagram of like where they have cut everything, and this would probably be some pretty solid proof.
Yeah.
There's also one area where they've marked out with a big red circle that's sort of like, I guess, midway through the forest and a little to the east. You're looking at around on the map, looking at around there, that little area there, little nook. And that's just like circled in a big red circle, and you can see writing there. Let's see what languages you know. Yeah. In Elven, it says, "Do not go here."
Oof. Yeah, I'm holding on to that. I'm assuming that might be where the
Tree kills for people.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably just where Tribe is, and she's probably like not very pleased. But yeah, I'm gonna hold on to this.
All right. In the meantime, the rogues, you guys are heading upstairs. At the top of the stairway, you're met with a big painted portrait. You can see a half-elven man. He's quite slender looking. He's got his hair back in a brown ponytail, and he has dark eyes and a very fair complexion. He's there with his arm around a woman with long dark hair, and she's made up in quite gothic-looking makeup.
He's got himself a goth
and there's
girl.
a small girl at the front between them. Each of the two parents has a hand on either of the girl's shoulders. And she has similar hair to the mother's, but a lot of the facial features of the father. The mother is a human woman. The father is half-elven. So she has a few more elven features than she does human ones.
I almost feel bad.
Well, I shouldn't be doing any of this shit.
Yeah, seriously.
He should feel bad.
Yeah. I mean, he's gonna get in trouble anyway.
That's true. Yeah. So the stairway branches off to the left, where it goes into a hallway, and in that hallway there is a door on either side.
You said those were the bedrooms, right?
Yeah, and at the end of the hallway there's a window that looks out onto the street.
Right. Now, what should we do here? This man seems to have some family, so he would not be alone here, unless... Also, we're whispering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, just fucking yelling at each
Well,
other.
I know! This guy...
This guy got family around here! He's probably got some family around here,
This sure
so
is a nice house, Paul!
Quick, grab the daughter!
I say this might be good for us. We could use his daughter as leverage.
Oh my god.
That is true.
I can't
It is
judge you. I was
true.
going to say the same thing.
Christ.
That's why I mentioned it earlier when I found the drawings. I was like, yeah, it's going to be useful.
Not my thing, but that would work.
I'm kind of, I mean, like, I can't hear Gunther. I'm not there, but I'm kind of, like, agreeing with Gunther right now. I'm just like, oh, shit.
You're kind of like, you're like kind of agreeing telepathically or something.
No, I mean, out of character, I'm agreeing with Gunther.
Oh, okay. Anywho, we're upstairs, so what do we do here?
I guess all we can do is walk up to one of the doors and open them.
Yep, that is true. Which one should we go first?
I assume the daughter's bedroom would probably be the smaller one, which I assume.
The guest room.
The guest room.
I feel like
So the one on the right.
I feel like one of us should keep watch, like keep watch out the window in case something happens outside as well, because we have a card there, and all we have in there is a wolf and a tied up half orc.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
That may be a
Jesus
smart.
Christ.
That may be smart to keep an eye out. So if you want, I can do it.
Can we see that from downstairs where we're at? Like, are there any windows?
Out the front window. You guys can see through the front window of the living room, which is the room adjacent to the study. And yeah, you can see out that window. You can see your cart, the box one.
Yes.
With the back open, and the wolf is just kind of like, he's on the ground, but his front paws are up looking in, and you can see the half-orc there, and his feet are by the wolf, and whenever, you can just kind of like, you can't hear anything out there, but you can see every time the half-orc moves, the wolf like nips at his feet, and then he stops moving.
Alright, so I think we have
And
nothing
you can see
to
the
worry
wolf's
about.
tail just like wagging, like he's having fun.
Seems like we have nothing to worry about on that front.
It's like a game to him now,
Good
like every time he
boy.
moves, he nips at him. He's like, yeah, it's fun, we're
He
playing.
deserves a treat.
Yes, definitely. Alright, so what should we do then? Should we take the guy hostage and just bring him along with the orc, or just take his proofs and leave? Leaving him alone would be a mistake if he finds out what happened to his friend.
Would it be bad if we kidnapped a child?
Yes.
Terrible. Terrible idea. But,
I'm sorry, but the daughter is not.
Immediately
part
just
of
like,
any of
no,
this.
that's, no, bad
We're
idea.
not
Let's
doing
not-
any.
I
mean-
mean, Lyra's not above kidnapping a child, but
no, I can believe that.
A young
We're not going
child.
to hurt the child.
No,
We're
but
just.
that's still gonna fuck her up. Goodness.
Well, it's your dad's fault.
It's
So, are you-
exactly
Oh my
her
God.
dad's fault, not hers.
Anyway,
Are you guys looking in the left door or the right door?
which was the one in the master bedroom in Shaw's house?
Master bedroom in Shaw's house was the left door.
Let's go left then.
is it mirrored? Would it be the right this time?
No. It seems to be like the rest of the house is following the exact same layout of Shaw's.
Alright, well, let's try left.
Some of the decorations are kind of different, but the house itself follows the exact same layout.
Alright. Well, let's go left then.
So you're gonna just straight up open the door and go in?
No. Sneakily open the door like a proper rogue.
What up, motherfuckers?
Yeah, what up? Where your money at? Where your money at?
Hey, Garland, it's Sarah. Remember me?
Boots down the door. Kawaii desk.
Right? You like just bust through the door. Somebody once told.
So you very carefully open the door and peek inside. From the way the door opens, right to left, you can see the bathroom on the right and the bookshelf to the right of that. You'll have to sort of peek around the door to see the bed. The lights are all off.
I'll do just that. Peek around.
All right. You peek around there, and you can see one half elf, the guy, asleep in his bed. He seems to be facing the other way.
So there's just him?
Just him.
Alright. I relay that information to Lysara that I think I found the guy and he's alone in his bed. So maybe we should check out the other room just to see if there's anyone else. So let we know if we can be rowdy or not.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and check the other door.
All right. So you, in a similar fashion, very carefully creak open that door and look inside, and it's a guest room, completely empty and unlived in.
At least we can bluff that we have his daughter.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell Gunther that.
Is there any other rooms around, or is that it?
That's it.
Oh, he's alone.
Downstairs,
That's gonna be easy.
There's a dining and kitchen, and then there's a living room and study downstairs as well. But that's all.
That's gonna be easy enough. Now, how should we approach this? Do we just tie him up right away, or
Smother him until he passes out?
Might as well. He's already asleep.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Like, just put a pillow on his face. I'm against killing him,
You guys
though.
are awful at this.
Don't kill him, just smother him.
Oh my god.
For a little bit. Just enough so he passes out. Listen, if I had a potion for this, I'd use it, but I don't, so.
I'm starting to wonder if that picture of him with a family is actually just fabricated, and he's just took random people and paid them.
Oh my god. No,
Like-
you could
It's his OC.
He's so lonely, he made OCs of a family.
Just commissioned an artist who drew like his fake daughter.
Maybe they're even
Big
separated, so it doesn't matter anyway, he's alone.
Ships
So-
himself into the Powerpuff Girls canon.
Oh god!
Oh my god.
Horrible.
Memes.
Alright,
Anyway.
so... how do we approach this? Can I, about how far away are, Dai and Faye from us? And is there, like, any holes in the floor I can just send message through, or is it close enough that I can just make it go around the stairs?
No holes in the floor where you can send a message, but you guys would be above where the entrance foyer is. Like, you in the foyer, you are pretty much just above that.
How far
At
does
the
message
moment.
travel again? 120 feet. Okay, I'm pretty sure you can reach.
120 feet. Yeah, you can reach that message downstairs.
So I know they're downstairs, and I know approximately where they are, right?
Yeah, you can. Let me see.
Or do I need to know exactly where they are?
Foot of stone, metal, feet of lead. 3 feet of wood blocks the spell. Well, the floors are wood, but definitely not 3 feet thick.
Alright, I'll send
So
the
you can probably
message.
send it straight around to them.
Yep, I relay that information that we found Garland is asleep and he's alone. And there's no one else in his house, and for all we know, this family could be fake.
I mean,
Might
he has
just
a
be his
shoebox.
OC.
I mean, he has a shoebox in his desk. I don't think if you were trying to fabricate it, you would put a shoebox in your desk.
Maybe he's just drawn fan art. him like no, just not really good.
That's his autistic
God.
ability.
Alright, let's say he did have a family. Maybe they're separated.
This
Maybe
could
they
just
died.
be his vacation home.
True. Anyway, let's snag the guy.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll head upstairs, I guess.
Yep.
Before
So you're
they
all
do
there.
anything stupid.
Yep.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Stealth roll. No, okay. Yeah, you all sneak upstairs and walk into the room. So you're all standing there in his bedroom while he's asleep, facing the other way.
Hey, how do we
Who's
finish
that?
this?
Sound asleep.
Don't stare too hard; he'll notice.
How do we catch him? Do we like just grapple him when he's sleeping and we tie him up, or
Does anyone have like fucking chloroform or whatever?
no? Unfortunately,
Can
we
we-
don't.
Smother him until he passes out.
He's already
Oh my
passed out,
God.
though.
Yeah,
Seems
he's
to have
already
some sort of
asleep.
weird
Why do we need to
fascination with
pass
this
him out more?
Di just really wants to smother someone. Like,
Jesus
I'll hit him in the head and
Christ.
hope he gets a concussion.
Oh my god! Can we take it back in a way where it's not lethal? Please and thank you.
I don't want to kill him. I just want him to pass out.
Jesus Christ. Can we just maybe while he's asleep, just cover his mouth so that way he doesn't shout?
Yeah, I can do it.
Just shove something in his mouth. Just shove
Is
his
he wearing
mouth.
one of those fuzzy slippers too?
Oh my god.
no, he's in long stripy pajamas with a button-up pajama shirt.
So he's that kind of man.
Yeah, he's not wearing slippers.
So when do we find like a pair of socks real quick, please?
Oh my god. We don't. Oh my god.
Look for
There
his
is a
drawers.
dresser of drawers in the room.
Are there any like face towels or like hand towels like in
I
the
have a
bathroom?
towel in my bag.
Okay, I'll grab some and I'll just stuff it in his mouth.
Face towel.
This is-
twist it all up,
This
get it
is
nice
like
and
freaking
taut.
deviant fetish the F. Like this whole session is just a whole just deviant art fetish. Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
Okay, so we're doing this. I got the towel.
The fetish campaign.
Twisted up the towel into a nice taut, solid thing. So as soon as it goes in there, it'll unfurl slightly and block up his
And he's
mouth.
just like, hold.
So she instructs you all to hold him tight. And I'll get the group to
Good
make
fashion,
a
hold
collective
on.
athletics check.
Oh
Alright.
my god.
Not me, right? I'm just.
No, not you. The rest of them.
That went well for.
Oh
Oh my god!
Oh!
Okay, so what you meant was Faye holds him down.
I got this, guys. Step aside,
She's fucking
losers.
crawled all over him. It's like.
He probably wakes up and he just sees like this elven woman just like on top of him, and he's like, "Oh
Staying on
shit!"
top of him.
Like
Like-
like your arm muscles are just bulging as you push him
Pretty
down.
sure.
Like,
Pretty sure he'd think it was his birthday. But
He's
So you-
like, this is either going to go really well or really bad.
yeah.
and I hope it's a farmer.
So you managed to. You remember, like, from your childhood, you remember seeing some of the things that some of the adults would do in their training. There would be like the locks and the grips and stuff that they would do. So you just attempt one, and just from memory, and you nail it. You wrap one of his arms behind his back and get a nice arm lock up above his, like, hold his hand up between his shoulder blades. You wrap one of your legs around his and like bend it all the way back and lock the other one so it's straight. And he tries to struggle, but with his other arm underneath him, he can't move.
I just want to say, when you started going, like, you remember when you were a kid, like, the adults would do this thing. I almost
Relax.
completely sure you were going to talk about something sex related. Like, wow, what happened when Faye was a baby?
You remember seeing the adults wrestling in the bedroom.
Faye walked in and just saw everything.
Remember
She
that
never
way
slept
that
again.
one guy was quote unquote fixing that woman's back.
And since that day, Faye has never slept a single night again.
That's why her eyes are so
that
big.
night.
No, that's why she meditates.
Why do you think her eyes are so big?
She's seen everything.
She sees everything.
Anyway.
No one had dinner that night.
So we've stuffed a fucking towel in this guy's mouth and just Faye just flat out.
As you twisted his arm up,
Manhandles
he
this,
kind of went, ah! So he like opened his mouth wide to like let out a scream. But yeah, Dai just jammed a towel in there, so just kind of like ah! And yeah. So he's pretty much stuck there now for as long as you hold him there.
Should we tie him up?
I didn't think we'd get this far.
Gunther was like on point.
No one
We tie
thought
him
about what
up.
to do next.
We tie him up, guys. Guys, grab the rope. We tie him up.
I'm only saying this because it's going to be more effective to hold than holding him down for a while.
Okay, whatever floats your boat, baby.
Whoever
Alright.
wants to do the survival check to use the rope and tie him up.
At least if one of us fails, it's not a big deal. Alright.
Well, I mean, or you could just roll like fucking big ass numbers. That's cool.
Alright, well, I'm
Yes,
assuming
sir.
he's going to be tied.
Gunther learned
Yes,
his
he is
lesson.
very well tied. You learned your lesson from Shaw, indeed. Like you know exactly where to tie so he doesn't try and wiggle free.
I tied him up
And,
like a champ.
With Faye holding him very firmly in place, yeah, you're able to get that sorted real easy.
Does he see
So
any of
he's
our
all
faces?
tied up and he's gagged, and he's just kind of lying there on his side in bed with his arms and feet behind him, hogtied.
Does he actually see our faces?
Yeah. Well, he immediately saw Dai when he opened his eyes and mouth to scream, and was met with like a hand jamming a towel in there.
Does he have a
He
pillowcase?
saw Dai. Does he have
Oh
what?
my
A
A
pillowcase.
pillowcase?
Jesus Christ. I'm not supporting anything that Gunther is planning.
He
Jesus
does have a pillowcase.
Christ.
Alright, well,
You
I
can
want
just,
to
like,
I want to take that and put it on his head.
double bed. He's sleeping on one pillow. The other one is just sitting on its own.
Well, I'll take that pillowcase and put it on his head so he can see us.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
All right. So you put the pillowcase over his head.
Yep.
And yeah, he continues going and trying to wiggle free, but he can't move.
Okay. So,
What now?
what do
What
we do?
indeed?
We did not plan this far ahead.
Yeah.
We should ask him about the information we have.
What do you do now? I don't know. I didn't think we would get this far.
Let's take them to the harbor and drop them in the ocean.
I don't know. Oh my god.
Tribute.
I feel like this is very unethical.
You worrying about being unethical?
They already
For
practice
real?
bad business practice. We don't want to be like that. We actually know how to run businesses. Actually, I do.
To an extent.
Would you be able to sell two, or
Sell
I
to
didn't
what?
say I could, but I'm just saying.
You be able to sell to what?
no? If like she would also be able to sell as well as I do, like sell products.
Oh, two. I thought you meant like sell two, as in the two captives you have. I was like, what?
Well, I mean, we could sell them
whole-
off, but I'm against that idea.
Guys, come on now.
Okay. So, here's what we want to do. We want to take some of his special parchment paper that he's got already ready for, like, you know, the signature line and everything. Someone should write up a little nice letter where we incriminate, what's his name?
Garland?
Nerulsia. No, because the other guy, we already have enough for him. We just don't have enough proof
for the end
Russia
guy?
dude being involved. Yeah, because the other letter I found is only signed as N.
If I recall, his name is Nerulcio.
Yes. But there are no real signatures of his in any of the paperwork we found. So what we need is this guy to just write a little thing. Just incriminating him.
Yeah.
That would be a good
Otherwise,
idea.
we could, have trouble getting people to believe us.
It is true.
Just saying. So who's got with, like, nice redaction?
Wait, what?
Who's good at forging notes and stuff?
I can't say I have ever done that.
Like, I think that's an ability on the assassin skill line that I don't have yet.
You can still give it a try with deception.
Okay.
And if that doesn't
But
work,
yeah.
also have a good deception. Well, I should do.
Nice.
That's really
Never
good.
mind.
Nice.
So does Lazara. Damn. So, all right. So you're going to write out a rather incriminating letter, trying to match his handwriting from like the other letters that he has.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So you just down in his study, get one of those blank sheets. Move the other stack out of the way or off onto the floor, as Lazara's style may dictate, and start writing out, following the same sort of writing that he has in some of his other letters that he has attached to the other ones that he's received, his responses. You start copying out like his handwriting, just like on one of the blank sheets of paper, just trying it out and getting a feel for it for a while. And then once you feel like you have it down, you have a blank letter that you can write up some stuff on. What would you like to do?
I'm open to suggestions to what I should write.
I suppose we could interrogate this guy for ideas on how we should go about the little incrimination note thingy. So we haven't really asked him about anything.
Mm-hmm.
All we know is that they work for the guy.
I mean, it's assumed that both of them do because they're kind of in it together, but we haven't really heard it from... I mean, we found the letter that's clearly between him and the other guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just... It'd probably be nice to get more information. What if we just pretend that we know everything already and he'll just spill the beans?
Yeah, that would actually be a good
That's actually
thing.
a good idea. Yeah.
Let's try that.
Okay, so
who's gonna say it?
Yep.
we will have to remove the sock. No, wait, the towel, I'm sorry.
If only we could have used his dirty socks.
What do
Anywho,
we want to ask him first, I guess?
well, I could say something. I already have a bit of an idea.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
You go ahead.
Right? So I tell him, we know about the deal between you, Nerulcio, and Shaw. And, Jeez, I didn't think that far ahead. Tonight on, I didn't think about this far.
Jesus.
We know about you guys' deal, and Christ.
We disagree.
Obviously.
We do not agree with this.
We think it's bad, and that you should turn yourself in. I'm kidding.
It doesn't sit very well with us, so yeah. That's gonna happen.
There is a good
letting you
chance
know.
that my friends here are not going to be very nice to you if you don't comply with to what we need. So, tell us more. What do I roll for that?
As you remove the towel from his mouth, and he says, whatever you want, go to shore.
Oh, we already got your
get it from
friend.
shore.
Yeah, we already got him. Yeah.
He's tied up like
Well,
a sausage, and we're holding him somewhere.
Oh my god, you're not supposed to. Okay.
I
I
mean,
didn't say where.
I did say you were running this business.
Oh.
We're running the business now.
Oh my god. My business now.
It sounds like he was trying to throw
Hostile takeover!
take over.
So, having revealed that, says, well, if you let me go, I'll leave.
We
Leave.
can't
It'll be
do
fine.
that.
I'll give up.
I'm sorry, but we can't do that.
What about all the money you've already stolen?
Mm-hmm.
I'll return the money. I have a lot of it stored away.
What about all the trees that you guys cut down in the Heart Woods?
I don't know. We'll plant more.
That's not how it works.
That's not how it works.
Well, I don't know if we can put them back. We cut them down.
It's not my
No.
problem, it's yours. Now be a big boy and own up to your mistakes.
Committed a
What is he,
crime,
7?
and you probably have to go to jail. So there's that.
So yeah, like I said,
He
we
looks
can't
over
let
at
you
and
go.
says, "You've broken into my house and tied me up. You committed a crime too."
We found a lot of evidence about you, I think.
Yeah, but here's the thing. No one knows that we committed the crime. Everyone will find out that you committed the crime.
We're very sneaky people.
Yep. We'll be out of this town before you can even point fingers at us.
I think the shit you've done kind of outweighs the fact that we broke into your house. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we did find a lot of evidence against you guys. And your boss.
Mm-mm. He
This poor bastard.
he says he kind of like stays quiet for a little while and he says, "Fine. I suppose all good things come to an end at some point." He says, "Do what you will."
Well, we need information from you.
Information about what?
Never really sure.
What
What
could
information do you need about him?
What could you tell us?
What's his deal?
What's his motive for cutting down all the trees?
More like, what's his motive for wanting to build?
Well, I mean, motive for taxing.
Yeah, the motive for taxing and having the right to shut down the program whenever.
Well, the taxing was done as an income to supplement all of our own. The taxing's just money for us to make. We told the townsfolk that it was going to be used as funds to help develop the town, but really, they're just being paid a small amount of what we're charging them in taxes, and then the taxes are coming to us.
Sounds like extortion.
It does, doesn't it?
Sounds like a crime that you're responsible of.
It sure does, doesn't it? He says, as per deforestation of the Heartwood, Nerulcio organized all of that because he wants the tree spirit to vacate the woods so that he can pretty much have the entire monopoly all to himself. At the moment, as I understand, there's some kind of deal between the spirit that guards the woods and the Arrow Rock Hunting Company for how much they're allowed to hunt and how much they're allowed to chop down the woods with conditions each month. And, well, Nerulcio decided he wanted to make more money than that, so he set up Dungannon, and now he's making them chop down all the woods from that side, and then hopefully it'll be enough to move the presence out of the woods so that he can take it over and do what he will with it.
Well, that's probably something that could go in the little letter that we're writing. The note. The fake note.
Right.
So we'll do that. And I don't know, I mean this guy has been fairly cooperative, so we'll try to put in a good word for him, but he probably has to pay for his crimes, so just that. I'll say that to him. I'm not that.
Okay.
Should we ask him about that map he made?
That might be smart.
The red circle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That would be in my possession. I open up the map and I point to the big red circle, and I ask, "What is here?"
He's got a pillowcase
on his head. Over his head, Lacey.
Oh my god. I take it off, and then I point.
Okay.
God. Gunther and his goddamn bondage. I'm done with it.
Well, I didn't ask for your opinion.
So
I'm kink shaming.
You open up the map and you point to the red circle in the heartwood, and it says "Don't go here." And he says, "Ah, yeah, don't go there."
Yes, but what is there?
That's where that evil tree spirit is like operating out of. That's like her little hideaway. She has a clearing
she's
there.
Really only evil if you're dead.
Yeah. I
feel like Faye is really offended right now. She's like really triggered. Like, how dare you? She's my bae. She's my boo.
That is my girlfriend. Thank you very much.
What he says seems bad because she's been pretty nice to us.
Well, I guess she has reason not to be nice to us, but yeah, that's to my understanding, to what we figured out, that's where she's hiding out.
What are you planning to do here, though? There has to be... Oh, no. I'm sorry, I blanked.
It's okay, it's late.
I blanked.
There has to be some kind of end game or something?
Well, yeah, I mean, it says don't go there, but, you know, yeah.
Mm-hmm. What says don't go there because evil tree spirit is bad to them?
Yeah.
And it's only evil to them because they're bad. It's actually a really nice one.
I was gonna ask what they were planning to do with the tree spirit, but I already know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they just want her to leave.
So what's in this for Nerusia?
Money?
Well, yeah, money, and he has control over the forest after she leaves. Without him actually doing any damage to Windmere or incriminating anyone there, all he has to do is just shovel everything onto Dungannon, and they take all the blame.
We could write a letter about how he's blaming Dungannon for everything that's happening.
I mean, we could just put everything in there, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing. And this guy seems like he might cooperate, like, when it comes down to just giving proof of what's going on. So, there's that.
Maybe
I wonder if
Oh, go ahead.
I wonder if we could try intimidating Nerusia by implying that Garland's like being haunted by the spirit of the forest or something.
Sounds dangerous.
Yeah.
What if we wrote the letter as...
That might give him time to, like, run away or do something.
Yeah, that's fair.
What if we wrote the letter as a confession?
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Though I don't know how well it would go. But that's the best I
How
can
so?
think of right now.
Who would you hand the confession letter to?
Yeah, that's
well,
a problem.
if there's anyone we could go to, it'd probably be the Rangers Guild.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
They'd be the most concerned with this situation, and probably the people who'd kick some ass after finding out this has been going on.
True enough.
So maybe them.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, sounds like they would actually get stuff done.
All right. So, what do you put in this letter?
Wait, what?
I'm sorry. What was that?
What are you putting in this letter?
Like a confession, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
a confession.
a confession involving Dungan and
Everything that's
everything that he
happening,
said?
and like everything that's been happening, and also like talking about like the deal with Neural Show.
Also
Yeah.
mentioning his partners Shaw and Garland.
Mm-hmm.
It'd have to be with their other names, though.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true.
I guess
What are
with their
they?
real name.
What are those
Whatever.
names?
Uh,
I haven't heard them.
Rainier Airchest, Gareth
And then there's-
Bartland. Rainier and Gareth.
Alright.
All right. Well, you write up this letter, Lazira, in his same handwriting, and practice on the other page, like his signature, a few times, and then sign the bottom of the document to the best of your ability. And there you go. You have the forged letter.
Sweet.
So we should probably like throw this guy in the cart as well.
Yes, definitely. We're not letting him go.
Nope.
It's too dangerous.
Gag him again.
Jesus.
You're
So
the
you
one
guys
with the towel.
carry him-
I'm just
You guys
kink
carry
shaming you
him down the
guys.
stairs and
I'm
hurl him
kink
into the
shaming
car.
you guys so much.
You hurl him into the cart next to Shaw, and Shaw's still like tired and gagged and like blindfolded and stuff. But he hears like a big thud next to him, and he goes, and he starts like moving. And then the guy next to him, after landing in the cart, I assume you blindfolded and regagged him as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he also starts going, and they both kind of stop for a moment, realizing that the other one is also in the cart. They both kind of go,
Also, just a quick question. When we were
Yeah.
at this house, was there a lockbox?
Hmm.
yes. It was actually on his dresser of drawers in his bedroom.
Should
Can I
take it.
go- Yeah, can I go back to get it?
Alrighty. So you
Make it
have
quick.
Shaw's lockbox and Garland's lockbox.
Good.
Yeah, but Kay's inventory is like two tied up men.
Okay.
Fantastic.
So, Rangers Guild. Should we go there?
Should we
Yep.
wait till morning or now? That would be good.
Oh
right?
yeah, morning.
Yeah, we probably should get some rest. Well, we probably need to have someone like watch out and make sure
Yeah.
that.
We have those dudes
Yeah, someone-
here.
Yeah, 'cause,
Yeah.
like there's tomorrow, but the poor buddy probably needs a break as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so we should do we camp somewhere or do we find a like proper place to stay?
Leaving them like that
Um,
sounds dangerous, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should just take action, like, at least bring them to the Rangers Guild.
Yeah. If anything,
I mean, to be honest, this whole thing seems pretty urgent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should take care of it ASAP, I think.
Yeah, I don't
Mhm.
think they would mind. Besides, like if they want to like do something immediately, it'll be night and the other asshole will be asleep.
Yep, that's
Mhm.
true.
So there's that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we head to the guild.
Alrighty. So you guys head to the Rangers Guild, the Arrow Rock Trading Company, and you enter through the front door. There are still a couple of people that are up, and there's a few people you notice that are getting ready to go on a hunting trip into the woods. You can see them preparing and talking to each other, getting a bunch of their stuff together that they need, bow and arrows and that kind of thing, traps and such. There's a couple of people hanging around and a desk where there's a clerk working there. You can see she's a young woman, probably in her like late teens, early 20s, and she's just kind of like head is leaning against a fist that's propped up by the elbow on the desk, and she's just kind of like dozing in and out of consciousness.
I should ask to talk to the person in charge.
Yeah.
So who you gonna speak to?
Me?
Mm.
And whoever's asking.
Face a ranger, she could do it.
I guess. So I approach the desk, and I notice that she's dozing off, and I just kind of like, gently kind of try to get her attention. I try not to startle her too much. Goodness. Wrong one. But yeah, I try to get her attention first.
Alrighty. So you approach her and like sort of wave the hand in front of her face, and she goes, yes, what? And she kind of like wipes drool away from the corner of her mouth with a back of her hand. How? Yeah.
Can we speak to the person in charge of this guild? We have some urgent news regarding the Heartwoods.
Yeah, he's who? Yeah, he's upstairs and the last door on the left.
All right, are we able to speak to him now, or
probably try knocking on his door and see if he answers.
All right. So I tell everyone where he is and then have them follow me upstairs. Is someone watching the cart, or is Moro watching the cart?
Probably Moro, yeah.
Probably Moro.
Okay.
All
right.
Now he has an extra toy to play with.
Oh my god. Mommy spoils him.
Pretty much as soon as you guys pulled up the cart and all like got it all situated and everyone got out and got ready to go inside, the wolf was like ran to the back of the cart and stood up at the back of the cart like he was before, both like front paws on the back thing, and he was just looking at both sets of feet.
Oh my god.
Waiting for them to move.
He loves it.
Tail wagging away.
Mommy spoils him.
Yes. So you guys head up the stairs and down the hallway all the way to the last door on the left. And you see on the front of the door there's a nameplate that's sort of bolted to the front of the door, and there's the name on top of it, Erythral Farfire.
Okay. So I knock on the door.
Mm-hmm. There's silence for a few moments, and you hear, just a moment, and you hear like sort of shuffling about, and you see at the bottom of the door, it was dark a moment ago, and now it just kind of like a whitish light kind of blinks on, like dimly inside. And you see an elven man open the door. He's kind of in his jammies, gym jams, and he's got a little nightcap on, and he has dark, almost purplish dark hair, and really dark eyes as well. And he's like, "Have you any idea what time it is?"
Very early, that's what.
We are very aware of the time, but this is extremely urgent. It's regarding...
I would hope so.
It's regarding the Heartwoods and, like, with all the trees cutting down. I think you may want to hear this.
You see him, as you mentioned, like, in regards to the Heartwoods, and, like, he immediately reaches over to the right, just out of behind the door, and he pulls over, like, a small pair of spectacles and puts them on, and he says, "Please come in." And immediately he's, like, much more awake and
like, oh no.
present and
like, oh shit.
serious.
Great news.
He has, once you enter the room, you can see that he has a table there. His room kind of splits into two sections. Like, he has one that's like the bedroom, that's the immediate room, and then just next to the bedroom, it connects to a kind of like a living area where there's a table, some chairs, rather comfortable padded chairs actually, and yeah, a nice little kitchenette area. And he sits down there and invites you all to join him. And he says, "So, tell me, what's the urgent matter with the woods?"
So there's a situation. I need may or may not involve your government. And it's not great.
He you see him like stand up and turn around and walk to the sort of northernmost point of the room where there's a window, and he opens away the curtain, and you can see from here like the government building. He goes, "Oh, that's still standing," and he turns around and walks back the other way to the western side of the room and pulls back the curtain for the window, and you can see from here, it's at the very, this window is at the very top of the wall. You can see straight out across over to the Heartwood. He's like, "Oh, it's still there as well. That's good."
It's not the kind of problem we're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just had to check to see how urgent it was.
Oh, trust me, it is fairly urgent.
It's still pretty urgent.
Okay, well, let's discuss. What have you found? What's going on?
Okay.
I'll let Diane explain this, because I think she can probably explain this a little bit better.
I think I have all the proof, mostly.
I also have the book. I'm the one
all
who has
the books
the map.
and the letters and everything.
I do take out the map and sprawl it on the table, and and say we found this at what was his name? At
Rainier Earthchest.
Yeah.
Rainier Earthchest. Yeah, I'm familiar. One of the wealthy guys down in the southern part of the city.
Yeah, we found this in his study.
Okay. Might I inquire as to why you were in his study?
We'll get there in a moment.
Okay.
It's a long story.
It's a long story, okay?
We've been up all night.
Right.
We were... Okay, maybe we should start over. We were sent here by... I forgot her name already.
Mistyril.
Mistyril came to us and asked us to address the issue of the forest and Heartwood, and we also had realized we were just in... Oh my god, I can't explain this. Yeah.
We were just in Ghana, and we noticed like there was a situation with the taxi.
Yeah. And then when we came into Heartwood, Mistyril approached us and asked us to help take care of the situation, since they have been taking down a lot of trees and everything. So we had to kinda sorta
illegally enter their homes.
Yeah. Saying this out loud, it doesn't sound any good, but
it was necessary.
It was necessary. Just believe us when we say that it was necessary.
Right. Well, I don't run security. I don't control the guards, so I'm not really concerned about you breaking and entering into that guy's house. What I am more concerned about is the forest. So Mistyril came to you, like, in person.
Yes, she approached us.
Wow. She doesn't do that very often with, like, anyone. I've probably, out of everyone here, I'm one of the only people who has seen her in person. She'll typically contact people in the woods through a message spell, some kind of telecommunication, telepathic communication, but she never really presents herself to someone, so... Interesting. So, are you guys telling him about, like, just gonna run him through the whole story, or...?
Yeah, just starting with the situation in Dungan, and like, we're here looking for these people, and we can't find them, and also the Mistral situation happened along the way. Found that these guys who are going by different names, and they're doing all that nonsense.
They were receiving...
And probably the last thing we'll mention is that, fucking, what's his name again? Nerulsha is also...
in charge.
Kind of like, in charge of this whole scam.
Whole operation,
He hired those goons.
So that's why
that's why we can't really go to the government.
Yeah, and I also explained that his plan is to draw Mistral out of the Heartwoods so he can tear it down and get more money out of it.
He might also be onto us. As you start explaining the whole story to him, he walks off, excuses himself for a moment, walks over to his shelf, and gets down a booklet and a pen, and he just starts jotting down notes about everything you're saying, nodding and listening and writing down all notes. And bless you. He says, "Well, if this is all true, I shall need to see proof. I can't just..."
No problem.
We have a lot.
I don't think we should show him the fake letter yet, though.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll keep the fake letter for now.
Yeah,
I'll just throw on the table all the stuff I found: the little ledger journal, the Shaw's letters, the letter from N to R, the pocket journal, everything. There you go.
He starts going through all of it, and it takes about 20 minutes or so of him just reading through all the entries and making sure he has enough proof. He says, "Well, let's see what we can do about this. Either way, Dungan has to come to an end. That can't be there anymore. Especially if they're going to continue logging the forest like they are, because that interferes with our deal we have with Mistyril. We play an important part in keeping a balance in the woods. We hunt not only the smaller creatures, but the predators as well. We make sure that we keep a good balance. We're only given a certain allotment of things we're allowed to hunt every month by Mistyril. It is her woods, and we respect that. Dungannon, on the other hand, this is more of a situation of the woods are ours now, and we're not going to have that. So, if it's true that Nerulzio is in charge of this whole scam, then he can't be allowed to be the head seat of our government anymore."
Well, if you'd like to talk to these guys, you can arrange that. If you need further proof.
Yeah.
We sure can.
We also, yeah. Okay. Don't ask us why we have them.
What do you mean, have them?
Is accomplices.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Is
what he
employees.
Gunther, roll a deception check.
Oh my God.
Wait, what?
Roll a deception
check.
Oh.
Is that deceptive enough? Do you need more?
Jesus
Absolutely.
Christ.
Do you need me to roll a three more points to be more effective?
God.
Yeah, he pretty well fucking believes you. He says, well, if you're able to set up a meeting, and he looks over at his clock and he says, today, at some point, then I can meet with them, we can discuss what our options are, and we can get rid of Nerulzio from his seat.
Well, let's go get them then.
Yeah, well,
They're
we'll
right
bring
out
them
there.
in.
Okay, so I'll go down with Lysaira and we'll like each bring one of them like just over the shoulder.
Sounds good.
I'm just like sitting there, like sweating bullets, like, oh god.
Just carry them upstairs.
Just sweating nervously right now, just internally screaming.
It's fine.
Oh god.
Look how well Guther rolled in deception.
It's all about to be thrown away. So, do you actually do that? Do you actually go fetch them?
Yeah.
Okay. So you bring them upstairs and place them in his room. The wolf is trailing behind you guys, like jumping left and right, trying to like get at their feet,
boy.
but he doesn't want to get in your way. And then when he enters the room, he circles around Faye and then stands behind her.
Good.
So Rithrol stands up and goes and looks down at the guys who are bound, gagged, and tied on the ground. He just kind of stands there looking at him for a while.
No worries, they're still alive. I think.
I don't think that's the main
I can see
concern
that.
here.
They are wiggling. Accomplices, you said?
More like employees. They work for him and they take the
Employees
taxes
of
from
what?
Dunganon. They take the taxes from
Oh,
Dunganon
God.
and divide the money between themselves and Nerulzio.
I see. Well, it seems as though we're probably going to have to, figure out some way to, if this is all true, we're going to have to erase their memory of this exchange happening, because
Definitely.
that's too much of a hassle to deal with, man.
Oh my God.
Maybe I should have put them to sleep first. Oh well.
Yeah, just for the record, it wasn't my idea to bound and gag him and everything.
It was all me.
It's just what?
That was all me.
Yeah, that was all him, and he's admitting it.
Because it was a good idea.
It's a bad idea.
Well, they can't fight back, can they?
Alright,
Jesus
well,
Christ.
I mean, they weren't gonna come along out of their own goodwill.
Who's Jesus Christ?
We could have just beat their heads in, and then they could, well, not beat their heads in, we could have knocked them out.
Yeah,
and
now
then
you're talking my language.
God.
Well, this has the same result, except they're bound and tied. They can do it.
We didn't hurt any of them. We just fucking, brought them here.
It doesn't matter. Just erase their memories. Okay, erase my memory while we're at it, because I just
No,
want to forget this whole horrible night.
You need to remember. It's important.
Do I have to?
Yes, absolutely. Your memory is important.
No.
Yes, very much so.
No.
I'm still owed a favor by the Star Shatter Order, so I'll cash in on that favor for the memory wiping spell. I will get everything I can out of them, record it all down, and put my word to it, as well as the word of the guild, if it is all true, and then I will have their memories erased.
Alright.
Don't worry about it. This one will talk. The half elf.
Yeah, this one will definitely talk. He's been very cooperative.
He's not
so
too
far.
bad. He was
Yeah.
fairly cooperative.
The other one, though, he was trying to wiggle
Is that
out
why
of it.
you tied and bound and gagged him?
That was just in case.
We needed him to be quiet on the way.
I'm just rubbing my temples. I just
think it would be worth noting that it may be difficult to get good information on Nerozio himself, because I don't think that they know as much as they say.
I mean,
but we did find out a lot, and there's enough to for evidence, I believe.
Yeah.
Also, he might know that like people are onto him because we made the mistake of talking to him about it.
Yeah, he might be onto us.
Is this before or after you knew he was involved?
Before.
Okay, that's understandable then.
We mentioned that we did mention they're currently using fake names, and we did mention their real names to him, so that might be a problem.
Yes, I assume that it would. How long ago did you mention this to him?
Yesterday, if
This
I remember.
afternoon?
Wait, no, it's today.
Now about
Yesterday afternoon, wasn't it?
3 in the morning? About 3 or 4 in the morning now.
Okay, it was probably like yesterday afternoon, correct?
If I recall. Something like that.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Right. Give me just a moment. And he walks into the other room and closes the door behind him. You can hear him like getting changed and getting ready. He walks out in front of you all. He's wearing like his hunting gear. He's got his bow and arrows. And he's like, we should probably go and find him now if he's still here.
That would be wise.
Yeah.
So he leads you outside and over to the government building. He doesn't even speak with the receptionist. He walks his way up through past everyone with all of you guys in tow, and no one stops him. They all look at you with kind of a funny look, but him, they all just allow him passage. He walks up to that guy's room and knocks on the door, waits a few moments, and then tries the handle, opens it. It's empty.
Of course it is.
Shit.
All right.
Okay. We have to go even more urgently now. And he pushes past all of you and breaks into a bit of a jog as he makes his way out the front door of the down to the front foyer of the building, and then out the front door. And he starts to make his way up toward the Heartwood. Are you guys all going to follow, or?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
So you guys run into the Heartwood after him, and he continues running. You can see ahead of you, he's like looking left and right, just like running through the woods. And you see him sort of stop his sprint and come to a halt. And all of you catch up. You can see him looking up into the treetops. And you can see up in the trees, constricted by vines and branches and all sorts of things that are holding him in a starfish-like position, is Nerozio. He's up there and like pulled taut by vines and all sorts of plant life.
Not again.
How convenient.
And you can see her form morphing out of a tree across from him and stretching across the canopy toward him is Mistyril. And you can see all sorts of branches and vines that are like cracking and breaking and moving around, and all of their points, like the ends of the branches, the ends of the vines that come to a sharp point, are all pointed at him and are sort of snaking around him and pointed at him. And you can see him attempting to squirm and writhe and try and break free. You see... You hear Rithril say, "We'll give him a fair trial. and you hear this voice in the back of your mind, the same voice you heard last time you were in the woods. You hear Mistyril's voice say, "Does he deserve a fair trial?" It's at this point that Rithril kind of turns toward you guys, and you can see a look in his face of like, well, what should we do?
Right.
There hasn't been enough bloodshed. Let him die.
No!
No!
Don't kill him! Don't kill him! You're better than this.
We could spare him and just exile him.
Roll a persuasion check, Faye and Gunther.
Well, I tried.
Oh gosh.
Faye, you're supposed to... Yeah. Oh.
Alrighty. -1.
It's,
Please.
So, Mistyril holds him there for a while and hesitates. She then, you see her look down at all of you, and then look back up at the old man, the old politician, who's like his wig is like falling off and all tattered, and like he just looks like a fucking mess. And she says, "If you promise that his punishment will be just for what he has done, then I will leave him in your care." And she releases all the vines and branches at once, and he plummets to the ground and slams into the dirt. Yeah, he lands like first,
Is he dead?
like no, he lands first with his legs, and then he lands flat on his back, like with all of the force, like flicking him back onto the ground.
Oof.
And you just kind of, for a moment, you think like, "Oh crap, that killed him," but then you kind of hear this.
he's fine. He'll recover.
Oh god.
I'm just gonna grab him and pick him up by his collar.
Alrighty. So Zyra just hoists him up over her and just ready to take him back to town. Rithril will guide you guys back to town if you wish.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Mistyril comes down from her place among the treetops and moves over to all of you. And she says, "Well, I suppose so long as he is going to be punished, that our deal is complete."
Yes. I mean, only if you want to. I mean, yeah, we had a deal, but you know, I'm not gonna force you. I mean,
Don't lie. You won that smooch.
I
She
know, but
says-
I don't want to force her. I am a gentlewoman.
Sure you are.
As the as you're saying all of this, she says, "When a guardian spirit gives her word, it is a bond that she must keep."
I mean, if it's your word, all right.
As she's saying this, you're like turned around and like doing your hair and like looking in the mirror and like. I mean, if you're sure, like.
I'm sorry, I look gross.
You slept all night.
Well, she she reaches out and cups your face in one of her hands and places a kiss upon your lips.
Bless.
Roll sleight of hand, see if you can kiss her with a thong.
Oh my god! No! Oh my god! I kiss back.
All right.
Ugh.
Okay, you guys.
Is it good? Is it a good kiss? Is she a good kisser? I need
Pretty
to know.
fantastic. Like
It's really fantastic.
you would think that the being that she's made up of is mostly like it appears like wood, leaves, that kind of thing. I'm pretty sure she's still in your little journal thing there.
Yeah, she still is.
As you can see there, she's kind of like it appears as though she's made up of leaves and wood, grass, that kind of thing, all merged together into like a corporeal form. But it feels like skin touch, like it's soft, and it is very good.
Is Faye okay?
Is it embarrassing to say that was my first kiss? It was pretty fantastic.
She as she sort of pulls away, you can see like her emerald green eyes, like the moonlight reflecting off of them, and she winks at you.
Oh my god, yes!
It turns up toward the trees.
Oh my god.
She's into you.
I'm standing there kind of like dumbfounded.
Can you imagine this other guy that's here with us like, fuck just happened?
Yeah, he is standing there like just as dumbfounded as she is.
I didn't think she. And then I turn to you guys. I'm gonna be like, I didn't think she'd actually do it.
Well,
like,
you get what
is
you
that
asked
allowed?
for.
Am I blessed?
Rithrol says, "I would certainly think so."
Oh, I feel blessed.
And so you should. That's the first time I've ever seen her make physical contact with anybody.
Oh my god. Lordy, I'm already getting the vapors.
So, Rithrol guides you all back to town. Some of your legs more wobbly than others. And he brings the guy forth to the government building and explains the whole situation to everybody. He shows them all the paperwork. He brings forth your quote-unquote
confession.
Yeah, your confession and your so-called employees. So yeah, the government, the people in government, you see them retire to a room in back, and Rithrol, of course, the guy is taken away in by the guards and thrown into prison. But Rithrol says it will take them a few days to deliberate and decide on what direction to take next. But for the most part, it would seem as though the Heartwood is safe now.
Good. That's good to know. That's great news.
Indeed. I thank you all for your help in this. It's been... He looks over at Faye and he says, interesting.
I still have like a red face. My face is still red and I'm dumbfounded. I'm still kind of like, I haven't spoke since we got out of the woods, just saying.
She is shooketh.
But in a good way.
So what's going to happen to like the other town?
Dungannon? That's all up to the government here, what we decide to do with it.
Okay.
Dungannon, if all of this is to be believed, is a subsidiary of Windmere, so
That's true.
We'll see what we end up doing with it. Whether we disband it and knock it down, or we make something of it, is still to be decided.
Hella fair.
We'll deliberate for a few weeks, inform the people of the city, put it to a vote, and see what everyone says.
Nice.
Alright. Well, I'm going to return to bed. Good night, all of you. And he gives you a little wave and
Peace.
walks out. So yeah, that might be a good place to call it for the day.
Definitely.
Right,
I think our
maybe-
characters
yeah.
our characters are so
maybe
tired.
maybe next time we can
Go to
investigate
bed.
the whole turtle thing.
Yeah.
Be interesting.
We should do that next time then.
Aren't we near God's Rest though? Maybe we should check that out first.
Oh, that's right.
We're already here. Well, you know, we'll see. I guess.
Yeah,
How we
we'll decide that on next time.
Alright. So, you guys can end your recording now.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. And stop recording.